Sawadee Krap, and welcome to the Think Pink podcast. This week I'm doing a breakdown of 1774, which is on this Saturday in Sydney. If you're in Warwick Farm or can get to Warwick Farm for this show, it's going to be absolutely sick. So what my plan is today is to break down each fight, just a small breakdown of each one. I'll quickly go through the first few fights and then the main fight of the prelude show, and then we'll get on to the main card. I will be jumping on and doing commentary for the whole show, maybe doing some translating for the Thais also. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. Make sure you hang around on the night watching the live stream or at the show if you're in Sydney to watch what suit I'm wearing. It's become a thing, 1774, me and weird suits. So yeah, get ready for this one. Quite possibly a favourite of mine so far. So first up is Antonio Sapolsky versus Cooper Buchanan, both from reputable gyms, both starting their pro careers. So not going to talk too much about this one. I'm just going to see how this one plays out, and from here on in, you know, they start making their name, and the name is what's going to matter, so they can keep building up and moving on to bigger and better things. Next up is Corey Sear-Towns versus Martin Song. So Corey Sear-Towns out of my good friend Spiro's gym. This kid is impressive. I'm really liking what I see with him and looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table this time. Up against Martin Song from another good friend of mine's gym, Andy Parnham in PTJ. Another guy with a lot of talent, a lot of skill, and yeah, looking forward to, you know, these guys early in their pro careers, what they can produce for us, and, you know, start building up that name that then they can go on and make $1 out of it and, you know, be proud of what they're achieving. Third fight on the card is Christian Montreal Durham versus Colt Northey. Colt making his pro debut, I believe, on the last 1774 prelude. Christian, trained by Rob Starter. I'm pretty sure this is the young lad who went out there on the last prelude and went hell for leather to try and destroy his opponent. I believe that was him. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Another going to be an exciting matchup. Colt fighting on the same card as his good friend in Josh McCulloch. So I'm sure he's going to go out there and want to set the tone early for what he wants his teammate and a best friend to achieve later on the card. Tom Harvey from Dynamos Muay Thai. This guy got some experience. He's come back from a bit of a layoff, I believe. I think he just had one fight back since his layoff. Fighting against G Low, who's also very experienced. Last fight, potentially his best career performance to date. He seems to have a new lease on life. He's got a lot more hunger than he seemed to have early in his career. Beautiful style, always had that. But yeah, that last fight, which was fight of the night on prelude this time last year, I believe. Yeah, this will be a good fight. This is going to be a cracker. It should be really nice to watch. And then going on to the main fight of the undercard, and what a fight. I think everyone's been hanging for this one. The rematch between Buddy Hanlon and Mark Standing for the state title, which on the last 1774 ended in a draw, and Mark came out blaring and then just emptied his gas tank a bit too early. They've been working on a lot of new stuff. We had him down training with us a little bit and with Strongheart here in Adelaide a few weeks ago, just before fight prep would have started, working on a couple of things too. Buddy Hanlon has been impressive since his pro debut. This fight, fireworks, 100%. Mark's going out there to try and walk through him, and Buddy has the IQ and the skill set to, you know, potentially negate that. So this is going to be a really, really good fight, potentially fight of the night overall. So make sure that you do tune in for the prelude show. Andrew Mitchell from Machete and Aaron Charter from PTJ is going to be an absolutely beautiful one as well. Andrew, super tall, rangy, very technically good as well. Out of the gym, Machete, obviously trained by Reece Saliba, who was a big name in his own time. Against Aaron Charter, who's been racking up his pro fights quickly making a name. I'm really looking forward to seeing what improvements he's made as well. This is going to be definitely a contrast of styles and size. So yeah, looking forward to this one, definitely. My man Enrico Liassa versus Special K. Special K coming off his first fight in Australia just recently, on the last 1774. Enrico Liassa making a comeback just over a year ago now, and been racking them up. Was pretty busy last year with a mixture of performances, but really starting to come into his own, understanding now that he needs to start firing a little bit more, being a bit more on the front foot, being a bit more of a weapon. So obviously I love the Thais, always love supporting the Thais, but Enrico's my boy. He trained with me many years ago for 6 months or so. He lived in Adelaide, and we created a really nice relationship. And his trainer, Rungchai, was actually my first ever trainer, so in Thailand, which is cool. Like he was my first pad holder, everything I had in Thailand. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing this one. Tak Singhanta, very experienced Thai. He's very beautiful style, very technical, up against Bailey Collins, who, everyone who's seen Bailey fights knows is exciting, knows that he comes to fight. I'm really interested to see how this one goes. Bailey's stepping up always. Don't think he's taken an easy fight yet. So I'm interested to see, I'm not really going to call it. I think he's got to overcome an experienced Thai's IQ and ability to evade silly moves. So if Bailey can knuckle down and just throw the power shots in his range, I think he should be fine. But yeah, we all love watching a Thai. That's why we do the sport, right? So it should be a really good fight. Next up is Moe Darlin versus Samlansak PTJ. Everyone in Australia would know who Moe is by now. Quite an aggressive, strong, handsy style fighter, big leg kicks. He's recently opened his own gym and he's got some Thai trainers there. So, he's got the best of both worlds now. Samlansak, nice style, young guy. So he's, still young and hungry. We're going to see if it's the power over the experience this time around. And, I think Moe's going to test how much heart Samlansak really has. So another exciting matchup. I can't speak highly enough of what the 1774 boys are doing. This is absolutely amazing. Next up is Tanadet from Cabra Muay Thai versus the young up-and-coming phenom in Kale Wild. Kale, I think his only downfall is, I called it pretty early on, is that little bit of ego involved, and it makes him make some silly decisions. His last fight on the SRG show, he potentially could have won that, but he checked out a bit early. He thought he'd won it, trying to play the Thai game where, play around the 5th round or in the last round to show that you've already won it, that you're confident. I think he's got to start being willing to fight a little bit more. I'm a fan of him, and I know lots of people are, and technically he's brilliant, all that kind of stuff. I just think he needs to, be involved in the fight a little bit more and not so much worry about trying to be a Thai. I think his size is going to be the telling factor in this. It's so tall and long, knows how to use it. But I guess we're going to see on Saturday night. Sambo coming all the way from Cambodia. Man, what can I say? He's tall, he's powerful, he's strong, up against Wanchalerm, very experienced Thai. A Thai who was always really good in the stadium circuit, but just never really had that little bit of mongrel in him, which I think he's developed living here in Australia. It's definitely going to test, it's that young, fiery Cambodian guy against the more experienced the more experienced Thai, who's been around a long time. And I suppose we're going to see how hungry Wanchalerm is in this one, and if he can stay undamaged early enough to, reap the benefits later on in the fight. This is one of those matchups where the internet's going to go crazy whatever happens. We all know what happened last time with the Cambodians on the card. Their guy got stopped pretty early from a pretty big cut, but they went instant victim mode and just started abusing everyone online and, sending abusive messages to the promoter and giving bad reviews online, all that kind of stuff. So, good on the team. That was 12 months ago. Good on the team at 1774 for bringing Cambodia back again. Cambodia's really making a resurgence at the moment. They're probably going through their golden era in their country. They've got a lot of fighters and they're pretty much fighting on every show in Australia now, which is fantastic. It reminds me a lot of the mid-90s when there was a lot of Cambodian guys coming over here. Starting to do it again, which is great. There's more people in the pool for us to fight, and the shows are getting bigger and more entertaining, so this is going to be a fantastic one. A fight everyone has been talking about. Two guys from the same state, which makes it even crazier, is Josh McCulloch and Ibi Abu Saleh. Both boys very contradicting styles. Josh very handsy, has great IQ with an unorthodox style. And then you have Ibi, who's, the technician of IQ style. Not a big power hitter, unlike Josh. Is the experience going to be the thing that, shows in the long run over the 5 rounds? If Ibi can last and not get hurt by Josh's power and unorthodox style, I think Ibi could take this one. But if Ibi sleeps for half a second, he's going to literally sleep. So he's going to have to be switched on for the whole fight to be able to get the result that he's looking for. Okay, and for the world title, we have Katie Mitchell versus Zoe Puderuk. Zoe just recently defended her world title 25 days ago, I believe. So she's fresh and ready to go. She's knows what it's like to win. She's comfortable with winning. Katie coming off a little bit of a break since the 8-woman tournament, which she took out, which boosted her right back up again. She's definitely a fan favourite. She's one of my favourites. A great chick as well. Great, doing good things for, the female Muay Thai scene. And she's honest, she's out there telling her story and doing her best to put on a show for you guys. So Zoe's a hard one to beat, very unorthodox, constantly working, constantly can work for the whole 5 rounds, doesn't need to stop. Katie, technically really brilliant, and they've been working on some stuff to try and negate Zoe's hard to beat style. So yeah, if you are not watching this one, you're silly. And in our 2 post-main event fights, we have Australia's Jane Koo, also representing South Korea, out of PTJ, fighting Sam Tarot. Sam Tarot is from Cambodia, strong female fighter from a very reputable gym also. So once again, it's that Australia, it's that versus Cambodia thing. And, every promoter putting on the Cambodian fighters right now, due to there's so many eyes watching the Cambodian fighters now, all the pressure's on Jane for this one because, however she performs, she's copping it from Cambodia. She wins, she cops it. She loses, she cops it. So good on you guys, Jane and the PTJ crew, for jumping in on this one. It's going to be a really good fight. So make sure you don't check out as soon as the world title fight's over. The 2 last fights are good quality matchups. And in the final matchup, we have one of my favourites, Farhed Haidar, fighting the Thai trainer, one of the Thai trainers from 187 in Sauha. So this Thai was on the last 1774 also, came away with a draw versus Farhed, who, man, he's just constantly improving. He's fighting anyone, he's stepping up, he's fighting at guys his own experience, he's fighting whoever, and his style is beautiful, and he's getting better and better and better with every fight. My hat goes off to Mitch Brisbane on this one. He's really doing a great job with Farhed. Farhed racking up the experience in soon enough time. There's not going to be anyone left for Farhed because he's fighting everyone. If he loses to them, he's happy to rematch them and go again. And, when someone's not just stressing about their record, man, look what can happen, like you build a name and you build fans, and I'm a fan. So, obviously, once again, fighting someone way more experienced than him, but he's definitely not out of his depth on this one. So guys, I need you to make sure you're watching this weekend. If you're watching on the live stream, please do the whole, take a photo of your TV or screenshot it, post it, tag 1774, tag me, I'll be doing your commentary, inbox me during commentary, and just to make show your support, show your love. And if I'm not getting in trouble, I might even give you a shout out. So yeah, I'll be doing commentary for the whole show. Big news as far as where this will be viewed also. So watch on the live stream and just know that it's going places. So today the focus is on that, not so much on me. The weather's absolutely amazing, so I was happy to be sitting out here and getting being out in nature, enjoying it. But yeah, the fights this weekend, make sure if you're not there, make sure you're watching. This is going to be a massive fight, headlined by that world title fight, and you're going to love it. 1774 doing amazing things. Next show breakdown will be Rebellion, which is in 4 weeks' time. So be ready for that one too, guys. If you haven't yet, please do the liking, subscribing, commenting, all that kind of stuff. Put your tips on here. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think's going to win. I want to know. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your support. Khop kun khap.